I know that I talk about this a lot, but the reason why I talk about it a lot is because I have to stress that the way that I live is ideal compared to the way that most of my countrymen spend all day, every day. The internet is here for one reason, okay? Just like all technology, it's here to control. And that's what the devil wants. He wants control over your mind. He wants control over your behavior. And it's really easy to do. When you have this little device on you all the time, where it's a constant temptation to get on the internet. Now, unless you're watching my channel all the time, you know, take breaks, baby, take breaks. You want to binge watch my channel? That's cool. Get some good Amy Gross wisdom and then go talk to God. Go create something. Go make something, man. Don't just watch my shit. Do something. Do something of your own. Contribute to the world you live in. Not enough people are doing that. I can't be the only one. Now I know there are people creating. I was talking to this friend of mine, my friend Alex, the one that I'm performing with. It's like she writes all the time. And people knock her because they don't think she's funny, but it's like, well, at least she puts in the fucking work. I think she's just nervous around the people that we do comedy in front of because she cares too much what they think, and I told her that, but they have nothing but respect for me, but that's because I rarely do the same joke twice. And I can take criticism, and, you know, people have given me shit, and I said the N-word at a black bar after I've been doing comedy for 6 months, you know. I've taken a lot of risks that not many people will take. I'm like the Andy Kaufman, you know, that eats and plays piano weird. You know, I really don't even know how to play piano. I play by ear, but it's like I really just play random shit, you know. I don't really know what I'm doing. But it's hard to get to that level. It's hard to get to the level of like not caring what people think, but it's also because I spent my whole life being an outcast. So comedy is really the only thing I can do right. But anyway, if you work hard, you'll get noticed. And people will hate you too. People will really fucking hate you. I'm honestly surprised that I don't get more haters, but I think it's because they're afraid of me. Which is kind of cool. You should be afraid of me because I represent God. I'm part of I'm part of God's army, okay? It should be terrifying. Especially to people that act like they represent God or act like they believe in God, but they don't. You know? Because there are plenty of those people. All they want to do is judge everybody else, you know? I mean, I talk shit, man. I talk shit, but at the end of the day, I'll still offer my services to anybody. And it doesn't matter, like, if you judge me for that. I don't give a fuck about you. The only one that I have to answer to is the Lord. I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to answer to anyone. This is a horrible parking job. Surprise, surprise! Let's try a little harder. Okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? God's army. Oh, I've said this before, but I need to repeat it, okay? Just to further illustrate what I've been saying about the internet. There's this thing called gematria, okay? It's an alphanumerical code that assigns a number to a letter, okay? A is number 1, B is number 2, C is number 3. Now I believe this is the regular English ordinal gematria. Then you have reverse ordinal gematria, then you have Jewish gematria. Jewish gematria is more commonly practiced, all right? That's how they're doing everything. News media. Everything's in code. Now, I'm not up to snuff on the code because I suck at math. It just adds up. Literally, it adds up. If you want to know more about this, you should check out a dude by the name of Zachary Hubbard. He's pretty amazing. And he's so passionate about this, and he's been doing so much work for I think like 8 years now. Probably longer. But anyway, I can't watch his stuff too much because like I already know that it's bad. I don't need proof that it's bad. Like, it's just like people that tell me to watch that Joe Rogan podcast with what's his face. I'm like, I don't need to see that. Like, I already know that this thing is bad, and I already know why it's bad. Like, I don't need proof from the dude that made it that it's bad. It's everybody else that needs that proof. But anyway, just kind of, common sense. Common sense and paying attention and reading all the history that you're not told about. But anyway, back to the gematria. In Jewish gematria, the letter W is the number 6, okay? What does every website start with? Okay. Now, they use that number anytime they're trying to control things, okay? So the people that run this world, that are working for God's arch nemesis, they just want to control you. And they have everybody in the palm of their hand. Because what's in everybody's hand? What's in everybody's hand? What's in everybody's hand? Please tell me, what's in everybody's hand? I want to know. I want to know because I forgot. See, the internet is very, very addictive, okay? The phones are very, very addictive. Social networks are very, very addictive. There's social media, YouTube. I mean, I rarely do anything on the internet. I do my research. I write down, I showed you guys. I write down my subjects that I want to look up, questions that I have, stuff like that. Like, I've never simply relied on what the Catholics and what the Orthodoxy would refer to as sola scriptura, okay? I've always utilized the internet, and if I have a question, I always ask the internet, and I go on several different websites and I read different articles about the same exact thing. Now, something I find interesting, I'm going to read this and I'm going to go into the grocery store and get my cat some baby food. He can't digest anything else right now, the poor little baby. He's the one that was meowing in the car. Okay. I read this psalm and I thought it was really interesting. And I guess I could call myself a modern day psalmist because all I do is read the Psalms, and I mean I read other parts of the Bible as well, but I really focus on the Psalms and I study them, and I've compiled a whole musical based off of them. So let's see. I think it's in maybe it's in Psalm 18 here. Because there were like certain words that were used, certain descriptions of society and the way that people behave. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Well, hey, at least you get to listen to some Aretha, right? Here it is. Psalm 19, actually. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm just going to read the whole thing, okay? This is from Psalm 19. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. So the specific part of this that I'm talking about is verse 13 from Psalm 19. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Presumptuous means sins that we know about. We acknowledge that they're bad, okay? Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Now, what I looked up was, what is the great transgression? I assumed that the great transgression had something to do with people abiding by the world, just sort of going along with what they're told to go along with, idolizing, the whole system. And when I looked it up, all these different Bible scholars said, yes, it's the sin of idolatry. So, that is the second commandment. But I really think that going on the internet all the time is a form of idolatry, and social networks, it's like you're not even a person anymore, you know? You're just like whoever you think you are on, you know, Instagram or Gab or Facebook or Twitter, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. But I know I just sound like I have a personal bias against these things. And I mean, I do. I fucking hate them. But it's not just that. I mean, I see the disaster that has happened to society because of it. So it's kind of ridiculous that people would even rationalize it. I can understand if you have a small business why you use social networks. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good tool for that. You know, if you're doing something positive, that's one thing. But that's a very, very small group of people. If you're on YouTube and you actually have a channel and you're putting stuff up on the channel, or you have a Rumble account and you're putting stuff up on your Rumble account, you know, it might be really uncreative and lame, but at least you're doing something, you know? It's like so many people are just consumers. Like, that's all they are. And you wonder why this world is so shitty? Like, the reason I joined the choir at my church is because I want to contribute. I don't want to just be a partaker. I want to contribute. I want to give something back. You know? And a lot of people don't have that kind of mindset because they just take. Consume. They don't think that they're supposed to do anything else in this world. You know? Like, why are you here? Like, what is your purpose? Why do you even exist? And don't think that, oh, I'm connecting with people on social networks. No, you're a sociopath. That's what you are. I actually read this. Somebody said something. Somebody said something on YouTube, actually. They said, social networks are antisocial. So fucking true. I wish I'd said it first, because then I could put it on a button or some shit, but alas, somebody else said something smarter than me, so it is possible. But I'm glad, though. I'm glad that other people know that. I'm glad that other people are acknowledging that this is bad, you know, and you don't have to do it. You can say no. You can make a different choice. And if you do it, you can do it a lot less. You know? If you have a smartphone, you don't have to be on it all the time. You don't have to take it with you everywhere you go. You know? I realize that some people aren't as cool as Amy Gross and, you know, want to be like all minimalistic, luddite, whatever. But let's face it, y'all, luddites do it better.